2, 3. And don't you stop the music, get into it, won't you dance with me? Find a place and lose it, you can do it, won't you?
Hi guys! Welcome to ZM2J's channel. This is Jocelyn P. Mangibin, a board certified behavior analyst and an international behavior analyst. Let me just give you a short clip about reward versus reinforcer. Okay, so I will explain to you according to the characteristics that the reward has and also the reinforcer has. Okay, let's go first with the reinforcer. Okay, when do you say in ABA, when you say it's a reinforcer, it's individualized. It's according to one person. Okay, so it differs from one person to another. So you cannot just generalize that if the other child wants a ball, therefore my child should need a ball. Okay, so it's different. So the first characteristics of the reinforcer is individualized and very specific. All right, and the second one is it is delivered or naturally occur after some kind of behavior is emitted or done, which means it could be from themselves or from ourselves. Sometimes the sensory or the automatic behaviors, it occurs naturally in ourselves, like when we are doing our hand flapping, or some kids are doing hand flapping, or sometimes it is delivered by other person. Okay, or sometimes it's naturally occurring in your environment. Okay, so another characteristics of reinforcer might not be something that is desirable. Okay, so sometimes there are kids that like slimy. Okay, they work for slimy things, but with other kids they really don't like slimy things. Okay, so it doesn't mean it's desirable for you. It should be a reinforcer for your child. Okay, so it's very important for you to understand that reinforcer is individualized and sometimes it's not desirable. Okay, and then a true reinforcer can't be determined until its effect on behavior is shown. Again, I'm always saying this to our live sessions that the reinforcer is a stimulus that when you add or you take away, it increases the frequency or the magnitude of the behavior. That's why it says here, it cannot be determined if you didn't see the result from the behavior. So you cannot say that the thing is a reinforcer if you didn't try it first, have some skills, work with the skills, and then if it works for that reinforcer, then that's a reinforcer. Okay, if there is an increase of the behavior or the future frequency of the behavior or even the magnitude of the behavior after you are delivering that specific stimulus, then that is a reinforcer. Again, the other one is can be an event or tangible or edible or a natural consequence of the behavior. Okay, so those are the things that we've been talking about. It could be food, it could be toys, it could be your attention, or sometimes it could be the hand flapping, the natural from their bodies. Okay, two more characteristics of reinforcer. Usually delivered on predetermined schedule. So usually in our therapy session, we have this schedule of reinforcer. So when do we reinforce? FR1 or fixed ratio schedule, every correct response we are reinforcing, or sometimes FR2, every two correct responses, and so on and so forth. So it's predetermined according to the child's level. Okay, so that's how we do the reinforcer. Sometimes we also do the schedule of using the timer, or every 1 minute, every 2 minutes, and so on and so forth. Okay, so last characteristic of reinforcers might be idiosyncratic and enjoyed only by the learner with autism. So sometimes it's not the real toy, or it's not really the normal toy that we are seeing, okay? Sometimes it's spinning of things, or sometimes it's strings, or whatever items that your child likes, but he works for it, and there's an increase of the behavior that you're training your child with, then that is a reinforcer. Okay, so when do we say that that is a reward? Okay, what is the difference of the reward and the reinforcer? So let's go to the reward. What are the characteristics of a reward? The reward is more arbitrary. That means it's more like a generic. It's more like a random. Okay? Sometimes it's random, not clear, and not defined. Alright? So it could be like whatever you promised your child. After times, adult assumes to be reinforcing, but no evidence with the behavior. So there are times that we are assuming that this is the reinforcer of my child, but actually there's no changes in the behavior. So do not assume that what you promised your child or what you gave to your child will be reinforcing. It should show through the behavior that you want your child to do. Okay? And most of the time, it is chosen by the adult and not by the learner or not by the child. Okay? So that's why, guys, parents, you need to observe your child, check whatever the possible reinforcers, and try it with your eye contact practice or with the skills, whatever skills. And then if they will work for it, and they will repeat the positive behaviors or the appropriate behaviors that you are using that reinforcer with, then that's a reinforcer and it's not a reward. Okay, another characteristic of a reward is delivered randomly. Yeah, sometimes we don't have a schedule for this. Sometimes you give, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's delayed. Okay, also it's a generalized reward schedule. Unlike with the reinforcement, we really have the schedule specifically when do we need to reinforce a child. Okay, and then for reward, again, not sure if it will be strengthening the behavior. That's what I'm saying. The reward is not sure. So we cannot speculate that what you're giving your child will strengthen the behavior or the skills. Sometimes it's delivered late. Okay, so most of the time I heard like the praise, yeah, the parents are giving praise, but my child is still not responding even if I'm giving the praise, because you are speculating that the praise is a reinforcer, but actually it's just a reward that you're giving. It's a generalized reward, and it's not really the reinforcer of your child. Stickers, tokens, so be very careful on using that. Before you use that, because a reward is like a roulette, okay? So before you use the stickers, before you use the tokens, you need to have strong backup reinforcers, okay? So I hope it makes sense. Reward versus reinforcers. That's why I am telling you guys, especially during my live sessions, that you need to find the reinforcers of your child. Okay, so practice it every day. Reinforce, not the child, reinforce the behavior that you want your child to be strengthened and to be trained. Okay, thank you guys. Again, this is Jocelyn P. Mangibin. Thank you so much for staying with me, and I hope you learned something. Please share this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also attend to my live sessions every Monday to Thursday, 9 p.m. Philippine time and 5 p.m. That is 5 p.m. in Abu Dhabi time. Okay, so thank you so much for staying. God bless you all. Bye.